I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid you'll have to go somewhere else tonight.
Somewhere else? And where would that be exactly? Every other place being closed down. And I'll freeze to death on the streets. And that's if Logan's goons don't bash my skull in first.
You think you're the only one who has problems? I'm sorry, I'm just... Look, I wish I could help you, but I can't.
Might as well go.
I hope you're not looking for somewhere to stay,
end up there soon
because this
anyway.
place is about to close for good. I have no choice. I have to sell the building to pay the ransom. It's the only way to get my fiancé back. I tried to work up the courage to rescue him. Damn that ferret and his gang! They've got everyone living in fear, even me! But if I had someone like you with me, you could go in there and show them what fear really is. We could rescue my fiancé, put Ferret out of business, and I could keep the shelter open. Oh, please, if not for me, do it for the poor people who depend on this place. Oh, thank you. My poor love, it's been agony being apart from him. And it's about time those thugs faced justice. The rough kind. They've been harassing the local homeless for weeks, but now this. It's outrageous. I know where they are. They demanded I bring them the ransom in a week's time. But I'll bring them something better.
Linda, you just cost me a bit of gold, love. I bet old Harriet'd take you the full week to get the money. You're an industrious one, ain't you?
Just open the bloody door, Keith. Let's have done with this.
Right, Mr. Ferret's down those stairs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on. Who's your friend?
In your parlance, she's the bagman. And that gold doesn't leave her hands until my fiancé's walked out of your fetid little den.
All right, no need to get all uppity. You just watch yourself around Mr. Ferret, or things will get unfriendly fast.
Pay could be better, but what I really want is some kind of medical insurance.
Ah, Linda. I cannot tell you how elated I am to have this unfortunate situation brought to a satisfying resolution. Your associate can dispense with her burden by piling the funds upon the table.
There's no gold, Ferret. Now you cough up my fiancé from whatever filthy corner you're keeping him in, or my associate is going to start collecting heads and piling them upon the table.
My initial judgment of your character was clearly misguided. You possess some heart after all. Lads, tear it out.
Yo!
Don't let up!
Don't worry, just a scratch. Shake it off.
That dog should be put down.
Gunpowder is the most destructive tool ever devised by man. It has forever changed the face of warfare, allowing an untrained peasant to kill a highly disciplined professional soldier with virtually no effort. Scholars have begun to speculate, could this formidable development destroy the concept of chivalry? Perhaps even that of mercy? Only time will tell, and this troubling debate has only just begun. Also, gunpowder is used in fireworks to celebrate various occasions, and if you light off even a quite small one in your hand, it'll hurt very, very badly. I cannot overstate how unthinkably horrible the pain is.
Your men are dead, Ferret. Unless you want to join them, let us in.
It's open!
You brought this on yourself, Ferret. This didn't have to happen.
Well, it still doesn't. We merely got off on the wrong foot. I'm no threat to you without my men, and I'm only too happy to return your fiancé. I can be quite accommodating.
Get on with it, then.
Well, the thing is, he's not actually on the premises exactly at the present time. He's incarcerated within a nearby facility, shall we say. That access hatch will provide you with, well, access.
The sewer? You fellows are a sophisticated lot. Please, go and get him. I'll keep an eye on Ferret.
A gun. I really did mischaracterize you.
Yeah. Well, I live in a bad neighborhood. I wonder whose fault that is. Now don't move.
Who are you? Where's my fiancée?
She sent me to rescue you.
Oh, are you qualified? I'm not sure I should just follow some complete stranger. Well, all right. I suppose it is a bit daft hanging around here. Those things are ghastly. If you'd have told me a year ago that one day I'd find myself wading through the sewers of Bowerstone Industrial, I would have thought you mad. In fact, if you said it today, I'd say the same thing. Because it is mad. There's just no other way to look at it. As if the smell and cloying damp weren't bad enough. Then there are swarms of bats. Oh, disgusting creatures. You'd think all the factories and smog and pollution would drive any animal far, far away, but here they are, right under our feet. I wish I didn't know they were here. What can they exist on down here anyway? Oh, I shudder to think. But what happens if it ever runs out? Then they might come up to the surface and swarm the old place. We're doing what we can to make people's lives better up there. But if the bats set upon us, what will Linda and I be able to do then? What the heck are those? Don't they see their mates? Why don't they run away? Get any more trouble from that one? One less hob in the world. It was you. If you'd let it through, you'd still be alive. I never want to see one of those again. Hobs, right? Oh, they're just as horrible as I've always heard. Children disappear from Bowerstone Industrial all the time. They're society's invisible bottom rung, so nobody notices. I hate to think how many end up down here. I know who's behind all this, by the way. Weaver. Nothing happens in Industrial without his say-so. I mean, really. Who else cares what happens to the homeless? Reaver wants that shelter so he can turn it into a whorehouse or a casino or something. I suppose I should be flattered that such an important scumbag had me abducted. It's gonna be a good day when Reaver falls. He's done a lot of harm to a lot of decent people. We should be nearly there. Nearly back to Linda. We made it. Look, before we go back to Linda, I just want to say, you were amazing. I mean, you are amazing. I used to use the word when I was telling my mates about Linda. But next to you, she looks a bit boring now, doesn't she? Do I really want to spend my life with a woman like that? What do you think? You're right. Better to stay with her. Maybe I couldn't do any better. Linda!
Gerald! Ow, my head! Oh, that weasel Nigel Ferret must have struck me when my back was turned. Oh, darling, thank goodness you're all right. Thank you so much. You've saved the most important person in my life. I am forever in your debt. I was so worried about you.
Yeah, thanks for that. I was all right, though. Thanks to my rescuer. My fearless, fast, cunning, agile, statuesque fireball of a rescuer.
Did you miss me?
Of course I did. Sure. Never gave any thought to anything except being back by your side.
No. Come here.
happened to that married couple in Brightfall? Do they still need help with their relationship?
Please, my sweet. Please, I'm so sorry. I'll make it up to you.
I've heard that before. And the first few times you disappointed me, your clumsiness was sort of adorable in its way. But it's got a bit tired, hasn't it?
My darling, please don't. I'm sorry. Please, let's not argue. It's so awful.
Awfully boring, you mean? Perhaps if you ever won, it would be more interesting.
When I married my husband, he was all sweetness and smiles. And now he's all bitterness and bile. He bullies me. He berates me. It's horrible. He's horrible. But if I divorced him, he'd get half my fortune, which is quite a bit of money. Oh, I wish I was someone else. Wait. What if he was with someone else? If a girl like you were to approach him, chat him up, tell him you've got more money than I do, he'd divorce me to marry you, and I'd be free and clear. Oh, of course, you wouldn't actually have to marry him. Once he's divorced me, you could just walk away. Oh, I'd love to see the look on his face then. I know it sounds repugnant, but this could be my only way out. Will you do it? You'll do it? Oh, this is the first good thing that's happened to me in years. He's inside. You can start there. I'll go to the pub, get out of your way. It shouldn't be too hard. You go in there and bat your eyes at him. Give him a few shiny trinkets. He'll be all over you. It worked for me.
What is it now? Don't tell me you want to talk about things. Oh, sorry. I thought you were my wife. Don't know how I could have confused someone like you for someone like her. So, what can I do for you? You look fine, honey. How about something new to make me look fine?
Yeah!
Go on then. Well, beautiful, you're quite a bit of fun, aren't you? Much more diverting than that wife of mine. Do you know, she spends all her time reading or gardening. So dull. I can't remember the last time she did something thrilling for me. Like, buy me a ruby. I adore rubies, by the way. Look at that. You spared no expense. Thank you. I love it. Come on. Show me something, then. Don't be like that tedious old Wilma. You're the best, darling. So, what's on your mind, sweetheart?
Ciao, ciao.
On the two. On the two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Flying!
Oh.
It's been lovely spending time with you. And it was exciting at first, flirting in my wife's house. But aren't you a bit bored? We should go somewhere. How about Brightwall Bridge? Bit clingy, aren't you? All right then, if you must. All this hand-holding better be worth it, sweet cakes.
The finest goods in Brightwall.
Lovely view here, isn't it? And you don't ruin it with a lot of talk. You just stand there and look irresistible. Wow. You've done that before, I should think. That, or you have amazing instincts. I have to tell you, I've been with Wilma so long, I forgot how incredible it can feel to be with someone exciting. I want more. What do you say? We make a go of this? I'll leave Wilma, and you and I can be together. You've got a ring, you've got a house. You're going to be very hard to resist, aren't you? Go ahead and ask, and let's see how strong my resistance is.
Will you marry me?
Yeah, yeah! Now I just have to divorce Wilma. Oh, I wish I'd met you 5 years ago. Would have spared myself a lot of crushing boredom.
I sell the
Need a
finest
weapon?
items
Looking
in
for something
Brightwall.
special?
Now that's what a hero should look like. I hope you enjoy it. I have heard... You won't regret that purchase. Potions for every situation.
I've got news for you, Wilma. You're not going to like it, and let me tell you, that breaks my heart. Truly. I've decided we're not right for each other. More specifically, you're not right for me. So, here are the divorce papers. You may consider yourself an ex-wife.
Vincent, I don't know what to say. Other than... thank you. Thank you for doing just what I knew you would.
What? You planned this all along?
Sorry to say,
I'll file these with the city clerk first thing tomorrow morning, and then we are officially history. Thanks again.
Well, my enterprising love, aren't you a piece of work? You make a deal with a housewife to split up her marriage and leave her husband penniless. Rather underhanded, I would say. I wonder, just how despicable are you willing to be? Because if I think this through logically, if she never makes it to that office, the divorce never happens. And then instead of marrying a hot-blooded divorcee, you'd be landing yourself a very wealthy widower.
What? You can't mean... You'd kill me?
Well, technically, she'd kill you. I'm sorry, Wilma, but it is a lot of money. You haven't left me much of a choice.
Don't listen to him. You can just walk away. This doesn't concern you anymore.
No, don't go. Oh, my jam tart. You're not really going to divorce your true love, are you?
You're unbelievable. You just tried to have me killed, and now you're trying to worm your way back into my heart.
I was confused. This whole awful affair has reminded me how much I really love you. Let's just tear up those papers and start again, hmm? And as long as we're tearing, maybe we should have these clothes as well.
Have it? Ugh. Get out of my house!
Well, all right. Fine. Ugh, you're a disappointment, Wilma. I wanted to make it work, but if you don't want to try, I'll leave. And I'm taking my rubies with me.
Fine. I hope you choke on them. they're looking for a bargain.
We're expensive, but we're good.
It's
Crap, that is.
Stamp my renewal. It's you, the hero who entered the reliquary and survived. How splendid to have you back at the Academy. From the moment we first met, I knew you were someone who understood the value of knowledge, of learning. It's one of the things that sets you apart from your brother. As you know, King Logan closed the Academy and cut all our funding. I don't know whether he considers education a waste of time or a threat to his power. Your father believed the Academy should archive information and make it available to all, and I share that belief. We have many books here, yet many more languish in obscurity. If they're not found, their wisdom will be lost forever. The Academy needs a hero as much as the people of Albion do. Will you help us to retrieve these rare tomes? Oh, thank the gods of documentation. The Academy will continue to grow. Of course, it will still be closed by royal decree, but let us tackle one problem at a time. Whenever you find a book in your travels, bring it to my desk, and I will give it a good home. I know of several that exist and have already prepared displays for them. All you have to do is to place them accordingly. Marvelous work. Marvelous. Can't wait to read it. Another book for the Academy. How wonderful. I just love it when you bring us a book. It fills my heart with joy. It does. Oh, well done. Well done. Another one. Thank you so much. It's absolutely splendid. You are doing such a fine job finding books that perhaps you will agree to a special request. I've discovered the location of an inordinately rare volume I would dearly like to get my hands on. It's called The Book of Mysteries and was written by the hermit Ignatius Boatload, said to be the holiest man ever. Unfortunately, he was martyred by ignorant mercenaries in his lonely cave many years ago. Will you retrieve his book for us? Excellent. His cave was in Misspeak. The book is probably still there. Those mercenaries would have had no use for it, except perhaps to wipe some of the old hermit's blood off their swords.
want somewhere nice and peaceful. Like a cemetery. I think your weapon might be bent.
Die, zombie! Won't be losing, but we'll...
Extracts from the Diary of a Hermit. Day 1. I have taken leave of the world. All my life I have spoken with my fellow man about truth and meaning, and I have found neither. From this day forth, no more talk. Enlightenment must be earnestly sought, not idly discussed. Anything else is a meaningless distraction. Day 52. Long have I sat in this cave, eating only of the leaves of the golden flower, and meditating upon the divine. Soon I will become at one with the universe. I can feel it. Day 182. Solitude is the great purifier. Perhaps solitude itself is divine. Through its purity, I let go of my earthly self, and in doing so become one with all. Day 313. As I was meditating in divine silence, really close to becoming one with all, Myra from the village came in to check on me. I told her I was fine, and she left. And now I'm mainly thinking about becoming one with her.
You look rather fantastic.
The Book of Mysteries. Most interesting. I wonder if those who read it will find enlightenment. If not, poor Ignatius died for nothing. Have you read it by any chance? Well, don't tell me how it ends. I look forward to unlocking the mysteries of that book. Of mysteries.
If I may say so, madam, you have succeeded most admirably in gaining a large measure of popular support among the locals. I believe this would be a good time to return to that rather dreary hole that your new rebel acquaintances like to call home.